We just got this 2022 Porsche towed in from a deer hit. Believe it or not, it hit the deer in the middle of town, right off Riverside Drive, which is absolutely insane to me. I don't know what that deer was doing, maybe getting some water, but anyways, can walk through the process on how I write the estimates and get it checked in, scan the VIN, get my initial walk around photos, and then kind of take a closer look at the damages. Let's get it. Alright, got the VIN scanned. We're gonna go ahead and do our walk around photos. This just kind of documents the condition the vehicle's in before we even touch it. And we'll take a look at anything that's prior, take photos of that. That way we don't get blamed for any damages that are not accident related, and then obviously offer to a customer if they would like to get those fixed while it's here. I did not record the first part of this. We did have to do a little bit of pulling on the hood and reaching around the headlights to get the hood open. But so now we're gonna go ahead, get a picture of the odometer. We got 48,000 miles on it, not too bad for a 22. And then a picture of the rear license plate. All right, now let's take a closer look at these damages. Clearly it needs a hood. Gonna grab a couple different angles of the damage on the hood, showing that it clearly needs to be replaced. Take a picture of this grill that's clearly broken. Initially you look at it, you don't see any damage to this bumper. I'm actually gonna take a picture of this. Emblem has a bunch of compound, like somebody's buffed it all over it. And then we're gonna have to transfer all this stuff that's on the bottom of this hood onto the new hood. We're gonna have to do a little bit of a teardown on this. Nothing too crazy, but what I was saying about this bumper though, you look down here, you don't see any damage besides all the pieces snapped out of it. But then once you open the hood, you see this piece here. It is all connected to the bumper, and so we're gonna end up replacing that. Normally you could repair this minor amount of damage, but being it's where everything mounts onto the bumper, the headlights mount there, the grill mounts onto there, we want to make sure that's absolutely perfect, and the best way to do that is to just replace that bumper. The sight shield's got a pretty big crack in it. We did take that off before. That's about all I'm able to get pictures of right now until we get that front bumper off of it. So we'll go ahead, go inside, get the preliminary estimate written, get it in the shop, have the guys tear it down, and then we'll take a closer look at it again. All right, let's write up this bid on this 2022 Porsche Macan, however you say it. Anyway, we're just writing a visual inspection right now. After we get this done, we'll get the paperwork out to the techs, and then send this. We'll get the paperwork out to the techs and have them disassemble it, and we'll do a little bit further underneath the bumper, underneath the hood, behind the headlights, make sure there's no apron damage, no frame damage, any sensors or anything like that that's underneath there. Going to start with this bumper here. It does have the auto park, it does have the camera on the front of that thing. Go ahead and add that. We're kind of just going to write everything we can visually see for now, with no guessing. There's most likely not going to be anything aftermarket available for this. And what I did there is it does have a distance sensor, which means it'll stop for you when there's a car in front of you. It does have the auto park, and it does have the front camera. You have to re-aim all that, and so that's what these extra lines here are for. The grill, very clearly knocked out of the front end of that thing. Even had some deer hair stuck in there. Again, no aftermarket parts available. All this stuff down here was okay. We're going to go down to this bottom and just overhaul the whole bumper, since everything is going to come off, which is already on here. So I actually don't even need to add that, but that is what we need on the front bumper. I'm sure we're going to need some of these clips, these nuts. The absorber I'm sure is screwed, but again, I'm not going to guess. We're going to wait till we get that front bumper off to confirm all that. So on to the next. That's just for the bumper, $3,042.73, which is ridiculous. I'm sure the hood is going to be pretty pricey as well. $3,000 just for the hood to get it. That's without the paint, without the time to put it on, without the time to align it. That actually is with the time to transfer all the parts off the old one onto the new one, but ridiculous. Total $3,800 just for that hood, and it is with this is asking me if it wants me to paint the underside, which we do, but most of the newer cars don't come with any clear coat, so we're gonna just hit yes. And then again, this 2.6 is to transfer everything over, and so we shouldn't need to add anything else to that. Going to the headlights. Oh, and you actually can just get the seal. The seal for the right hand side is damaged, so we're gonna replace that. I'm surprised they don't just sell that with the headlight, and the headlight for the right hand side is a whopping $5,531.58, which is absolutely insane. I don't think this thing's gonna total, but with part prices like that, who knows? Yeah, that puts my bid up. I only have the hood, the bumper, and the headlight on there, and we're already at 12,000. So that's pretty cool. There is a light in that front bumper that's missing. That one's not near as expensive, but still ridiculous for just a marker light. It's $432. Absolutely insane. It did nick both the front doors, and so we're gonna repair just the outer, just for an hour each. They're not too crazy. Already at the clear coat cap, which is insane as well. We're gonna detrim everything. The belt molding on the driver door actually needs to be replaced. On the right side, we can just R&I it. And actually, just kidding, because it cannot be reused. If you look right here, that means Porsche does not recommend putting that car or that part back onto the vehicle after it has been in an accident or taken off for any reason. So we're going to replace that one as well. There is no nameplates, if I remember right, on the doors. Yes, there's no nameplates on the doors. The mirror was broke. I don't think it's from the accident, but we will call the customer just to make sure. That way I don't get into it and have her pick them up and then have her tell us that that was not from it. But for now, we're just going to hit... God, this LS mirror in every single piece you can. So we're just going to start with the R&I on both of them. We shouldn't have to take the glass out, but just to make sure, yeah, that should be all we have to do to the door except for the handle. We'll take that off. So really, the most important thing when you're doing these kind of estimates, especially on these types of cars, you need to make sure you're getting everything that's not included in what you're doing. For example, like this door, when you're working on these types of cars, you need to make sure you're getting everything that's not included. For example, we're just repairing the doors, and this time here, the 6.9 is as if we were replacing, and so that's not an amount that goes on. We just have the 1 hour, and so we need to make sure we add all the things that are inside the door that need to be taken off in order to paint it and put it back together the correct way. So as of right now, that is all we're going to need on the doors. On the pillar, it did hit this outer pillar on the front of the vehicle, which is right here is kind of right where the hood mounts up. This is the front door area. At least I'm assuming these graphics on this thing are absolutely horrible. Yeah, so that's what that is there. So we're just gonna put repair on the left side for an hour. Again, not too exterior. And we're gonna have to turn the rockers. Okay, and into all the sensors. Again, we're not gonna guess. We're gonna wait till the guys get this disassembled before we start guessing. This for sure is cracked. We're already at 50%. This thing may be a total loss. I guess we'll kind of see what it comes out to by the time we get it all finished up. I think that's about all we can add to it right now until we get it in the shop and disassembled. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I click through my pictures just to make sure. I need to get this. The shutter for the cooling system. I'm sure that's pretty fucking expensive. I'm just gonna click through all these to find the right ones because they put them in different places on everything. The shutter kind of opens and closes as you drive to cool the vehicle. I'm not sure why my screen stopped recording, but it did. So, anyways, back to what I was doing. Again, we're not guessing. You can see these parts are broke from the outside of the grille. Upper tie bar is okay. This bracket most likely needs to be replaced, but again, we're not going to guess. I think that's about all we can put on this estimate right now until we get the rest away disassembled. This piece I need to find. That seal we put on, that we put on. That's just the VIN. Okay. So yeah, that's about all we can do right now. I'll just add this piece to the bumper. It is on the right side. And this lower molding's on the right side. Okay. So yeah, we're at 55% of the value, and we are at $15,810.76. So we're going to go ahead and print this sheet for the guys, take it out to them, and let them get working on it. Then we'll take another look at this. I'll be back with you guys here in a bit.